Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Hi, Nikunj. How are you?
Good, and you?
Yeah, I'm good. Let us wait for 2-3 minutes for others to join and we'll continue.
Okay.
Good morning, everyone.
Hi, good morning. Apart from Sri, everyone is there. Let us wait for a couple of more minutes and we will begin. Thank you. Okay, let us begin today. So today is our first full-fledged session, and hopefully you guys have the setup ready that we have done yesterday. And today we are going to continue to the core, hands-on session, basically. And the approach will be so kind of an top-down approach where we will be seeing the bigger picture first, and then we will go into detail to the minute detail of it. Okay, what it means that like yes, we need to do Jenkins, we need to do Git in detail, but first we will do some hands-on in it. We will get comfortable on it. We will be able to set it up, and then we will go into detail on that. Okay, so initial sessions will be more focused on hands-on, and slowly and surely we will be talking about the topics in detail. Okay, so that you guys will be comfortable in the beginning, and the major challenge will be there in the beginning, okay, itself. So, and then we will come to the, kind of more theoretical detail and kind of more detail into specific too. So, in case you are feeling challenged in initial session, so that is something that is expected. The only thing is practice along with the session, go through the recording and all those stuff, and that will help you. Okay. So make sure that after the session, make sure to go through the recordings. If possible, try to do some hands-on along with the session. If not, even that is okay. But after the session, make sure to go through the recording. Uh, in case in the recordings, if you are not if feeling challenged in understanding anything or finding anything very fast or very slow, please let me know. I will adjust the speed accordingly. Okay. But in general, I am sure that you are not going to face any problem with the recordings to understand things. Okay. With my pace. But in any case, if you face any challenge, let me know. Okay. So that you can keep. But the bottom line is, along with the session, you should be able to practice it. Okay. Okay. Now, let us one more thing, that there is a something like Google Classroom. Let me set it up as well.
Hello.
Yeah, hi.
Yeah, I just have one question. Like, it is okay, right? If we don't do hands-on right now, and because I just wanna see like what you're doing right now,
That's
and then
fine.
after the session, yeah,
Not a
because it's a
problem.
first class, and I just don't want to, if I do all together, it will be like, I'll get confused. That's why.
Not a problem. Not a problem. Even if you will go through the recording, it is perfectly fine. Okay. Um, you are doing along with me, even that is fine. Whatever suits you guys, that will be okay. Yes. But yes,
Yeah.
just after the session, do not wait too much time. Go through the recording and do hands-on. That is must.
Yeah,
Okay.
because I don't have second screen. I'll get it next week,
Not a
and then
problem. Not
do
a
it.
problem. It's a
Okay.
perfectly fine. Focus on whatever I am saying. Focus on that. Make notes. Even that is okay. Okay, no problem.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So in this Google Classroom, share if I'm sharing, yes, share the screen. Okay, so this is our Google Classroom. You might have got the link and all. And here I will be putting the materials. Basics of software development life cycle. And then material. And then what is that? Session PPT. And then let me upload. Okay. This is a basic PF PPT that is there. So I'm uploading it here as well, so that you will be having it, you can access it. Okay, so whatever training materials that I will be using or providing, along with that, I will be putting it here as well, so that your materials will be there in the Google, in this classroom folder, right? And this is your class drive folder, so your material will be here. Okay, so this is something that, and let us begin on what we are going to do. So this is a kind of a common slide across the course I will be using. Along with that, for individual topics, I will be providing you other materials as soon as we will be covering it. Okay, so in today's session, we are going to do this, so overall throughout the course, our kind of, you can say, what do you say, um, our base will be around doing CI/CD pipeline. Okay, and we will be, you can say, spinal cord of our session will be this. Okay, and things will come around it, and we will keep on doing stuff. We will keep on, as for example, say we will do this pipeline setup, and then with this way we will learn, right? Git, GitHub, Jenkins, Maven, whatever we introduced, we will talk in detail. Okay, along with that. So this is a first basic CI/CD pipeline that we will talk about. And before talking about the CI/CD pipeline, let us first see what CI/CD means to us. Okay, so AWS CI/CD, just look for it, and you will come to know CI/CD on AWS. This continuous integration and continuous delivery, right? So not this one. Continuous integration, and just put AWS here. And what is continuous integration? Okay, and this is something, this link is something that talks about that has a very good definition, very good standard definition on this CI/CD. So let me share this link with you guys. Okay, so let us see, this is a standard because this is the definition that is provided by AWS, that what is CI. Okay, so continuous integration, and just let us go by word and let us try to understand what it means. Basically, very short definition, very concise one, and to the point, right? So continuous integration is a DevOps software development practice. Okay, so what it says that, this continuous integration term is coined as part of the DevOps methodology only. Means before DevOps, this continuous integration concept was not there in IT, basically. Okay, so if someone is talking about continuous integration, it is a DevOps term, you can say. Okay, so that's why I said it's a DevOps software development practice where developer regularly merge their code changes into central repository. Okay, good. So what is central repository? Like we created a Git account, right? We created a Git account where in GitHub, right, we create, basically GitHub is meant for the code repository. As for example, this program, right? The code of this is there in the Git repository. Okay, so this is about this, right? So anything like this hello world program, as for example, so this is there and the code repository is there. So developer, when a software is getting developed, what is the first thing, after this analysis phase? There is a coding phase, right? So developer will develop do the coding, and there needs to be a central place where developer will put their code, because multiple developers will be working on one project, right? So there will be a place where your code will be there, right? So this is what it says, into central repository. In our case, as for example, GitHub is a central repository. Regularly merge their code changes. So as for example, a developer will work on an specific file, for example, and then whatever code changes he will do, he will put it as part of, say, this file. As for example, index file, whatever he will make the changes in it, he will push it. Some other developer will come to it, and we can also contribute to this file, right? You can also make changes into that. So this is one thing, first thing about that. So it is a software development practice where developer regularly merge their code changes into central repository. If you will come by this diagram, what it says, you can see Git developer, that will be there. Git software will be there in the workstation. Git is again a version control tool. We will talk about it, Git, in detail. Okay. So that Git will be there on the developer system. From there, developer will commit the code to GitHub, or you can say push the code to GitHub, or you can say merge his code to the GitHub repository, whatever code changes he will do. Okay. So this is about that part. Okay. Okay. Let us move further. What this definition says. After which automated build and tests are run. Okay. After that, once the developer will do push the code changes, as soon as there will be a change in the code, okay, as part of the CI process, the automated build and the testing will happen. Okay, build means nothing but converting to an executable. Okay, you might have heard about compiling the code. Okay, so compilation of the code will happen, and ultimately, an executable will be created, all of that, so that running version of a software. In Java, it is a kind of a, say, binary file will be created, machine. So overall, this is what it will happen. Okay, where regularly, and this term is important, regularly. Okay, this thing didn't happen, means previously, before DevOps, the thing was, yes, that the code changes were pushed, but the build was not happening continuously. Maybe after, say, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and then the build was used to happen and available for testing. In case of agile model, like, say, you have 3 weeks, then for 2 weeks there are changes, but changes are not pushed to the testers to do the testing, not pushed to the not deployed to the production to do that production thing. So continuous integration most often refers to the build or integration stage of software release. So it is in the SDLC process, it is up to the stage where the build will happen, and then not to the deployment. But so in general, when you come to our diagram, and we were talking about DevOps, this part talks about, this part is about continuous integration, like the dev part, not the ops part. Okay, so continuous integration comes under this devs part, where you are doing the code, you are doing the build, and you are testing that build. Okay, so this part is continuous integration. So continuous integration most often refers to the build or integration stage of software release processes, and entails both an automatic component, CI or build service, or a cultural component. Cultural learning to integrate frequently. This is a culture, like there are developers who will, like, do not push the code regularly to the changes. They keep on working in a silo, and and say if they are working on a module, they say that, okay, let me work on that. I will not push the changes regularly. Okay. Now these DevOps practices kind of make this thing sort of mandatory, or kind of pushing this, practice that, okay, you, whenever you make the code changes, regularly merge your code in the central repository. The key goal, what is the goal? Find and address bug quicker, improve software quality, and reduce the time it takes to overall, right? Is this clear? Like this definition clear to you guys? Anyone, any question on this definition? What continuous integration is? Hello?
That's good.
Okay. So what I will suggest, go through this definition, or let us go through together. And in the past, developers on a team might work in isolation for an extended period of time. This is what I said. For a long period, they work in what they are working on, no one knew. And if there is a potential defect in the way they are developing the code, unless and until they will push the code, no one will come to know. So that was the, and only merge their changes to the master branch once their work are completed. Okay. This made merging code changes difficult and time consuming, and also result in bug accumulating for a long time without correction. These factors made it harder to deliver update to the customer quickly. So that was the problem due to which this continuous integration came into picture. And we are going to talk about continuous integration thing. We are going to begin on continuous integration aspect. Okay. So now let us log into your to AWS and just type EC2 and just go to your EC2 instance. Once you are into EC2 instance, on this page, you need to click on launch instance. Okay. So what this instance is, EC2 means Elastic Compute Cloud. And what it is? It's a virtual machine where on somewhere on Amazon data center. Where is that data center that you can pick from here, right? There are data centers across the world. So I picked the region as US East, North Virginia. So it means that somewhere in North Virginia, once we will launch the instance, a virtual machine will be created for us, for me, for you, and then you will be able to, you are using it. So basically, a virtual machine is created somewhere in North Virginia, and from here, we are using it, we are going to launch it. Think about the flexibility that it provides. And this is what the cloud basically means, right? You have that flexibility. You don't need to maintain the data centers and all. It is maintained by the cloud providers. We will talk about cloud in detail later on, but we are going to have a first test on cloud via this. Okay. So what we are going to do, we are going to do the CI thing, focus on CI. So CI tool is Jenkins that we are going to use. Okay. And then AWS. So we have the free tier eligible, T2 micro is okay. So free tier eligible means that, and what this is, no, there are various, you can say, what type of virtual machines, right? What will be the kind of a base of your virtual machine that is going to create it. You need Windows machine or you need Linux machine. If Linux, what flavor of Linux, right? You would Amazon Linux is one of the vendor, and you will get that. You can have Ubuntu. You can. So these are the different options that you will get. So I'm picking Amazon Linux for this session. So AMI is a template that contains the software configuration like OS, like application server. So as for example, you are going to purchase a computer, right? So what you will do, before they will install the basic software, right? Like operating system they will do, and some applications, the basic applications. Similarly, this image has that basic application set. Based on that, your virtual machine will be created. Okay. So this is about AMI. Then you need the volume. So free tier, pick any free tier eligible thing. So it will have the different options based on the memory and all. So you can pick it here. Then instance type. So instance type means, okay, you decided of the software. What about the hardware? Means on that virtual machine, what will be the CPU? It is one CPU or two CPU. What will be the RAM? Okay, like 1 GB RAM or 2 GB, whatever, based on that you will be charged. So this is about the, you can say, the piece of hardware that you will need, so that it will come here. Okay, so we have chosen, we have named, we have chosen the AMI, Amazon Machine Image, basically operating system and some basic softwares. Then we have chosen the hardware configurations, hardware mostly RAM and CPU part. And now the key pair login, like, so what it means, basically you will be connecting to your a virtual machine, right? Do you want someone else will go and connect it? No, right? So you want your machine to be secured, and it should be used by you only. For that, you need some way so that only the authorized user will be able to connect. For Amazon machine, this image, by default, the SSH protocol will be used. Okay, so what you will do, create new key pair. So what this key pair means, what will happen, two keys will be created when you will do this action. One will be there with AWS, okay. Another will be there with you, okay. You can download it. The key that will be there with you, like the locker we do, right? So in locker, in bank lockers, there are two keys, right? One will be with the bank, another will be the with the customer, right? So for the customer, the key that will be created, that is called public key, okay, that you can get. And AWS will have the private key, and both will be checked, only then you will be authorized. Okay, so key pair name, let us make it as Jan resolve. Okay, so let us create a key pair, RSA, PAM. If you are using PuTTY, then PPK, then in general OpenSSH with this the tool that we downloaded. This one we will be using our PAM. Okay, so create key pair, and this is important. Now what you do, save it in a in a folder. Let us copy it and let us create a folder somewhere that you can remember, like I have done. I created a key folder and I'm putting all my keys that I'm using here. Okay, so put somewhere, create a key folder somewhere that you can easily find out, because you will be needing this path regularly. Okay, you will be needing this, and you need to know the name, that if there are, say, as for example, I am using multiple keys so far, which says some I'm using what, I should be knowing it, right? So that because I cannot use any other key, only I can use the key that uh, I have created and associated with the EC2 instance for that EC2 one. Okay, that's why the key value pair is important. Okay, and otherwise, this is the memory and all. Yes, about the security group. Okay, this is about the firewall. Okay, so who authorization we have done, but with the authorization in the network, who can access, and specific, what are the ports that is open, means in that machine. Okay, otherwise it is a completely code, only you will be able to do SSH on that. Apart from that, because only port 22 is open by default. Okay, so what we will be doing is we will be doing the edit in the network setting. Okay, and create security group, and let us name it as same resolve 6 Jan. Say I created a security group, and then you see by default SSH, the port with which we will be connecting, right? This one, that is open by default. You need to add another, okay, security group role. No need to remove the existing one, it will be there. And then here you need to go with the port range, that what ports we want to open it. So for Jenkins, the default, the port is 8080. So 8080 we need to open if you are working on Jenkins. This is the default port. Okay, keep the source type as custom, and then you pick the CIDR block. We will talk about what CIDR block is, about the port ranges, and as well we will talk about detail about this in detail again. But in general, for now, what we need to know, that this is a basically firewall settings, and we want to open only specific ports on this virtual machine, so that this virtual machine will not be compromised, right? This is the purpose of doing it, making it the firewall thing. And with this, you click on launch instance. Let us come back to you guys. Is this clear? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, clear.
Good. Okay, at any point of time, if you're facing any challenge, just give me a shout. That will be okay. So this is giving a kind of a dashboard, that how many instances are running, how many are total instances, what are the number of cookie pair, number of security group, and all that, right? So let us go back, and your Jenkins server is up and running. Now, our virtual machine is created. We want to connect with it, right? Like somewhere in AWS, Amazon, in one of the data centers within the North Virginia region, it is this particular instance is up and running. A virtual machine is created for us, and we are getting charged as well now, right? Though this is a free instance, you will get 750 hours per month, okay, for free for 1 year. Okay, now let us copy this instance, the public IP address in the details, public IPv4 address. Let us copy it and let us put it here. Username, for this Amazon Linux instances, the default user name is this, okay, EC2-user. Also, if you will click on connect as well, you can find out the username, right? If you will miss that, see EC2-user, okay? This is the username. If in case, no, because for Ubuntu, it is Ubuntu, okay? For it depends upon your machine image. For Amazon Red Hat machine, the username is EC2-user, okay? This is the username I will be checking. How to know about what is our username? You just need to click on connect, right? And you will get it. Okay. Okay. So we are not connecting from here. Okay. We will be going here and opening the mobile stamp, and we need to put the username. So EC2. So when this AWS instance is EC2 instance is created, there are just two users. One is the root user and another is EC2-user. Okay. For so you can enter with EC2-user only. Okay. Now private key, and here you need to browse to the location where you remember we have downloaded a key PEM file. This resolve gen batch, I named it, so that have to be selected. Okay. So advanced as a setting, you click on it and you browse the private key and you put it here. Here you put the host, the public IP. Here you will put the username, and that you can find out from the, when you click on connect, you can find out there. Or this is the default username. This is the username of Amazon Red Hat Linux instance anyway. So EC2-user is the one. Okay. Use private key. You put the private key here. This is what you need to do. Okay. Then in case you are facing any problem, it means that somewhere you haven't done the, either not selected the key, or you haven't entered this EC2-user. In those cases, you are going to get an error. Okay, you will not be able to connect. Let us clear the screen. Clear is the command with which you will be able to clear this. Okay, and then sudo su hyphen is the command with which you will be logging as root user. Any kind of installation and all, you will be doing as a root user. Okay, the Jenkins installation you will be doing as a root user, not as EC2-user. You will not be able to do that even, because this doesn't have sudo privileges. So the installation we are going to do as the root user. Okay, fine. So now we are into our thing. Okay, and let us move further. So this is, let me remove these things. Okay, now how to set up Jenkins. Okay, because we are going to learn CI/CD, we need to set up the CI tool. This is not something that we will install, do the executable and all. You need to do the that set it up in your server. Okay, so how to do it? This is simple. Now what you will do, you will just do Google and just search for Jenkins download. Okay, Jenkins download, and you will come here. Okay, in Jenkins download, you have two different releases. One is long-term stable version and one is regular releases. Okay, this is the kind of intermediate. Regularly the new release is getting pushed, but this is something that is stable, that is tested with all the details and all. So every 12 week, one long-term stable version will be pushed. Okay, so you will pick this LTS part, means left hand side of that. We will be working on long term stable version of Jenkins. Click here, CentOS, Fedora, no Red Hat part, because this is Red Hat Linux. And then what you need to do, you just need to copy these two commands, first two commands. You need to come here and just paste it. Then you need to click enter again. So first two done. Then you need to click on the third one. Copy the third one. Paste it. Just enter. Why? And this is done. But what they say that to use run these things. So they said that for Amazon Linux instance, you need to run this command. Okay. Sudo. So at the end, you will get this command, or you can directly run it. For now, let us do it like, sudo. Copy this command and paste it here. Okay. So what happened with this, your Java is done, right? One more way is to set up Java is just type Amazon Linux extras, and whatever you want to install from here, you type Amazon Linux extras install and then the name of that. As for example, you need to install, say, Tomcat. So Amazon Linux extras like this, right? Like this. Amazon Linux, you don't need sudo even because you are a root user. So Amazon Linux extras install and then. So these are the software that comes packaged with this image of Amazon Linux. So you can just directly, in fact, you have to directly run the command Amazon Linux extras install and then, okay, not from the Java core repository. Okay, if it is there, you need to pick it like this. Okay, so this is about Java, because Java is a prerequisite for Jenkins. Jenkins is a Java based tool, so you need to have Java there before setting up Jenkins. And the next command is yum install Jenkins. So this will install Jenkins for you. Simple 4 steps, whatever that is there, just Jenkins from the official website. We just found the steps and we need to use those steps to install Jenkins. Apart from, because we are into Amazon Linux thing, that's why the core thing didn't work. But in general, the 4 commands that is there available on the official page of Jenkins. Okay, you will find it here, how to download it. Okay, for the Jenkins Red Hat and all the other stuff. Okay, once Jenkins is there, then the next command, in general, status, because we know that we just installed that it is not running, it is disabled. Whatever it is, you see disabled. Okay, Jenkins is a service. Okay, Jenkins is basically a service. Why? Because you can create your account once this is running. You can create your own account. You can set your user and all. So this is a service. This is not a normal application where, like, PDF, right? This is an application, right? You download it, PDF, and you are using it. This is an application. But basically, Jenkins, you can use as a service. You can create user there. You can do a lot of stuff like, like Git. It is a service, right? GitHub is a service because you can create users. You will have your own repository and all that stuff. So similarly, Jenkins is a service. So for service, you need to start the service in Amazon Red Hat Linux server like this. Service Jenkins start. So we are starting the Jenkins service now. Done. So once this is okay, it means Jenkins is server is started. You can check again service Jenkins status, and you see it is active. Okay, it means Jenkins is active now. Okay, just give me 1 minute. Take a water break. Okay, fine. So Jenkins is started. Now, how to launch it? Simple. What you need to do, the server public IP, copy this public IP and just come here. And I told, right, we open the port 8080 because this is the default port of Jenkins. Okay. So just click, just colon with colon, you just separate and then colon 8080. Okay. So public IP colon 8080. And you will see something like this. It means that Jenkins is up and running, right? Jenkins is installed, up and running. What they are saying, you need a password. So this password is here, okay? Initial admin password. So what you do, cat, and then this thing. No, you will get a password. Cat is the command to view the content of a file, okay? So they have provided you the location where your initial password will be there, right? So you need to fetch it from here. So what you have to do, you have to copy this password and just paste it here, okay? And then continue. Install suggested plugins. So basically Jenkins, as I said, is a CI tool. Like all the CI tools, like when you say this diagram, so here we talked about like Jenkins, right? Here in this diagram. So we are using Maven on Jenkins. We are using GitHub. We are using, different things, Tomcat and all. So for that purpose, Jenkins is a CI tool to work with all these softwares, right? Jenkins needs plugin. Okay. And Jenkins interacts works with other multiple softwares. Even there are many for which you may not even know, right? Because there are, for a complete, because this is service, and this is a CI tool, so it needs to interact with multiple applications. For the applications, for that interaction, it needs plugins. Okay, so select install suggested plugins. When you will click on that, it will install the default thing. Default plugins like use timestamper, pipeline, git, LDAP, workspace, all these, different plugins are there. By default, it will, install those plugins, and we will see where it has done the plugin setup, and we will also install our own plugins as well in due course. So basically, what we had done, default admin, default credentials we have used, initial admin password. We don't want that. Let us create an admin user. So what I am doing is keeping all admin. You can do anything, but whatever you will do, you need to remember it. That's it. Okay. So it will ask, I'm just some dummy uh, thing, but I just placed admin because once you will, log means your session is off, and then again login screen will come, then you will need the credentials. Okay. Okay. So save and continue. You'll say Jenkins URL, it will be given, save and finish, and your Jenkins is ready, and you start using Jenkins. Okay, so your Jenkins is ready now. Okay, this is our first step, and this Jenkins server we will be using throughout the course. Okay, so do not terminate if you are doing along with the session or one good Jenkins setup you have done. Do not terminate that instance, just stop it after the session. Okay, so keep one instance for the session purposes. Okay, if you want to practice during it, and others you can keep it. Okay, you can launch new instances, you can remove it, you can practice on, but do not practice everything on one instance. Set one instance, have a right setup on Jenkins, and keep it aside for practice purpose, for your session purposes. Okay, uh, and others for practicing, create new instance and do your hands-on practice on that. Okay, so that is something that is needed, so that I don't have to repeat things, right? Because Jenkins, once you will do the Jenkins setup, we will not be repeating it, because this will take time as well, and will be unnecessary, because you can anyway go through the recording and get it. Okay, now let us have a taste of Jenkins. Let us have a quick look on how you can create jobs in Jenkins, what you can do here. If you are saying that yes, you can do continuous integration, how you can do that and all those stuff. So let us have a quick look on that. But before that, in Jenkins setup, do you guys have any question? Hello, anyone?
No,
Anything?
good.
Anyone else? Any challenge? Please let me know, guys. Everyone.
I don't know, like what's the main use of the Jenkins? I just have a general question.
Okay. So Jenkins is basically a continuous integration server. Like, you have made the code, right? You have done the coding. Then from the coding stage, you will compile the code and do the, create a build, some executable. As for example, say you are using, say, Zoom, as for example. Okay, so a Zoom application is getting developed. Developers are developing and they are pushing the code. Now that Zoom has to be converted, that code, whatever they have done, has to be converted into exe, right? Executable, so that you will download and use it, isn't it? Right?
Yes. Yeah.
So that process of, creating an executable, creating, integrating that, building the code, basically that term is called, so that, an executable will be created. That part is being managed or integrated by Jenkins. So what it will do, like to build a Java code, Maven is used so that it will build the code. It will automate the code building process. Also, it will take the code from Git. It will also trigger the pipeline based on, when it has features, we will see that as soon as there is any code change, it will trigger the pipeline, and these things you can do. So overall, it's a continuous integration tool. As far as our diagram is concerned, these are the things Jenkins does, right? So once it will pull the code from Git, and then it will take help from Maven to build the code. So it's a kind of manager of all these aspects, right? And it will, right, send the code for deployment to the deployment server. Okay,
Okay. Got it.
good. Anyone else? Anything? Okay, fine. Okay. So let us move ahead. So let us see a kind of a glimpse of Jenkins. Let us create our first project in Jenkins. So maybe my and freestyle project. Or just normal, not Maven one. Freestyle project, a normal project. Let us see. And I don't need any code or anything. What I am going to do is just simple, running some command from on the Jenkins server. Okay. So add post build action. Okay. Sorry, build step, and add build step and execute cell. Okay. And then cell is basically, what it will do, and it will explain, right? Runs a shell script default to sh, but this is for building the project, so you can run your script basically into the Linux shell. So like the command prompt, you can say, right? In the command prompt, whatever you will write. As for example, you are doing, say, cd it's got stuck. Let us wait. Okay, as for example, say cd/opt, I'm going to some folder ls, and I'm doing, say, mkdir my new something, folder. So what we are doing, we are running a command, right? This, whatever we are doing is happening in a cell, right? And then, if we can club multiple commands as well, and that combination will become, the list of commands will become cell script. Okay. So we are executing the cell, means we are running that command on the server. So let us do it. And what I want to do is say, let us do echo this. Also say mkdir my folder. Let us do this. Okay. Let us create a folder as well. And then, so what will happen is, once we will do that, from here, when you will run the job, a folder will be created. Okay. Yes, definitely. If we will run it again, because this folder exists, we are going to get a error as well. We will see to it. Also, it will echo this thing and we will be able to see it in the workspace. Okay. So let us do apply and save. And let us do build now. And you see, this happened. And you can find out, how to get the console output. Click on this, the build, and then you will get come here and you will be able to see the console output. So once you ran that job, what happened? Echo hello world happened, then it has done this, hello world thing. Then mkdir my folder, a folder got created where this is the workspace path. Okay. So in Jenkins, the default, this is also important thing. Okay. The workspace path will be where leave Jenkins will be common, workspace will be common, and after that the job name will be there. So all the jobs that will run on Jenkins, that will be within where leave Jenkins workspace, and then all the jobs will be there within the workspace. So this is the location of Jenkins workspace. Okay, let us copy it and let us come here and let us go to this directory, cds, and then this directory. You see a folder, my folder got created. Okay, and we have done the echo as well. What I said, that if we will run it again, we are going to get an error, right? Because you see there is an error. What is the error? Console output. And you see, cannot create directory my folder, file exists, and then the build failed. Okay, so this is something that and maybe let us make the change, and let us do something called cd my folder. Okay, cd my folder. So change to my folder and then mkdir my new folder. So what it will do, it will go inside my folder. Okay, and then create my folder within it, my new folder, something like that. Apply and save and do build now. You see the build is successful. Console output. This is your where live Jenkins workspace. This is the location. Let us go to this place. Or you can do ls here, right? And you see my folder, then cd my folder. Let us see, a new folder got created here. So this is a simple job where we created a build, a simple thing we have done, and as part of that, in Jenkins server, we are able to run command there on the server using the Jenkins job feature. Okay, we haven't went to the command prompt and have done it. We just have automated a small activity of creating a folder. We created a build and that's it. Before moving ahead, is this thing clear to you guys?
Yes.
Anyone, any question till now? Are we going fast? Anyone facing any challenge in understanding thing? Please let me know. I can understand things might be new for you, but I think it will not be that tough. Anyone, any challenge? Any question?
I think it's just we need to maybe, after this session, we need to do the practice because this first time, like,
Right.
so
Yes, yes,
yeah,
yes.
it's going good so far, but yeah, it's just first time I'm seeing all these things, right?
Hmm.
So I think
Correct.
after this lesson, I need to do the practice, and I think, yeah, that I
Okay.
need to, yeah.
Yes, 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 yes. That is very important to practice it so that you will be able to grab it properly. Okay. Okay. Now let us go one more step and we are going to integrate GitHub with Jenkins. So we created a GitHub account, right? So let us all log into the GitHub account. Let us all log into the GitHub account that you have created yesterday. Everyone done?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay. So once you log in, I provided you a link. This is a public repository. Okay. The link that I pasted, just go to this link. Done, right? Done. After login, you need to go to this link. Okay.
Yeah, in that link only.
Okay. And then you need to click on this fork. This fork, you need to click on this, at the top. You need to click on fork.
We have to create a fork or what? No. It shows the thing that you have posted, hello world.
Yeah, you need to create a fork. Are you able to do it?
Yes, I'm creating it.
Yes.
It says done.
Okay, yeah. So in your repository, it will go to your repository, right? So I already have done the fork as part of different sessions. You might have able to do the fork, right? So now you go to your fork repository. Okay, so in your profile, you will be able to find out in the repositories, you will be able to find it out, right? Somewhere like this. So if you go to your profile, then you have repositories and you have this repository, right? Hello world.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes. And just now you need to go inside this hello world repository, and then you will be using this thing. Okay, so you can name it any your thing, but you need to use this link, not mine one. So when you go to the repository, when you click on this code, there are multiple things, right? HTTPS, SSH, GitLab. You need to click on this HTTPS and you need to copy this thing. Okay, your GitLab repository. Okay. Clear?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yes.
So this repository is important. So you need to log in and you need to use your own repository. And yes, you whatever changes you will do, make there. Okay, now let us do something else more like this part of our story, right? So now what we are going to do, we are going to pull the code from GitHub, okay, to Jenkins. So this is step we want to do before going to the Maven thing. Okay, so let us do that. So again, dashboard, new item, and then pull code from GitHub. Say, and the freestyle project again, and then okay, and then pulling code from GitHub, and then select Git, and the repository URL, the URL that you have, that you got it from here. From where you will get it, you will go to your profile, and then you will look for your project, and then you will come here in the code and you will put that thing. This thing you need to put it here. Okay, fail to connect to the repository. What happened? Okay, perhaps Git is not installed on the server. And we need a plugin as well. Plugin is not needed. Let us install Git. Okay. Let us only install Git on the server. Yum install Git. Okay. This apply save. Just come to configure again. Now this error is gone. Good. So Git was not installed. That's why we got an error. We need to install Git on the server. Okay. So I have done it. The installation on that. Okay. And others, we don't need to do that. We just need to see that we want to integration of Git means that for building the code, we need the code from the remote repository, right? Right now, the code is here on GitHub. We want the code there so that we will be able to build it. We will be able to compile it with using Maven. So how to get the Maven, because this is Java project or any build management tool we will need. So for that, we need the code. Code is there on the GitHub. We need it on the server. And for that, we need to integrate Jenkins with Git. That is done with the help of a plugin, a default plugin. And let us see what plugin is. And just apply and save. And let me show you one more thing, that in the dashboard, you have managed Jenkins and you have managed plugins. Okay. I talked about the plugins and I said that there are certain default plugins that were installed at the time of Maven installation, and you see all these are default plugins. Okay. These came when we installed Maven and selected default plugins. If you will look for the available plugins, these are the all plugins. No, these are not the default. These are the all plugins that is available. And this is the installed plugins that got installed as default plugin at the time of installation, right? Now you look for Git and you see, GitHub plugin. You see, this plugin integrates GitHub to Jenkins. So the plugin is already there. Okay. And due to that, we are able to integrate GitHub with Jenkins. We faced an issue because that time Git was not there on the server. Okay, now this is plugins. We will talk about plugins again in detail. Let us go to this project. Let us do configure. And kya hai? Here, just apply and save. And I will do build now. So what will happen? Now, we had one more, right? What is that? Console output. And you see the code is pulled from this repository. Just copy this thing. And let us see what happened when we have done it. So go to this place. I don't know, I'm getting disconnected regularly, maybe due to internet issue or whatever with the server. Or the load, let us wait. And then let us go to this path to the workspace. To the workspace, this place. And if you see the ls, all the code that is there, right, available here, you see, if you will compare everything, all the different like different folders, all the files, folders and everything, this is copied as from this to here, okay, like server, target and everything, right? So all the different files and folders got copied from, you can say, and that thing is called cloning, that got cloned from the GitHub repository to this server, okay? So now you have this code available on Git server to be built, okay? This happened using this plugin, okay? So in general, we have done this thing, okay? Whatever code, that latest code that we have, we pulled the code on Jenkins. Okay. Is this step clear up to now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just making my notes and watching the steps. After that, after the class, I'll do the hands-on. So I'll
Yeah.
let you know if I have any questions.
Yeah, sure. So this is about the Git and Jenkins integration. The next thing is the third part of it, Maven. Now you have the code available and now you want to build it. To build it, and guys, this is basically, as I said, basically, I will be following top-down approach. So overall, I will be showing the big picture to you guys, and then uh, y- and then I will be taking specific individual sessions on each topic again. Okay. So Jenkins, we are going to talk in detail later on. We are going to talk about GitHub again. What is source code management? What is the CM? This thing. We are going to talk about Maven also. But before that, it is better to get an idea, have the setup and all those stuff, so that you have a background when we will be doing uh, this thing. Okay. So, and also in this manner, you will get some hands-on opportunity, that how you will set up the servers and all those things with the AWS and all. So this will give you a kind of a opportunity to do hands-on. So this is the reason why I work on this approach. But yes, in case anyone is facing any challenge understanding and getting some, kind of a want some changes, let me know. Okay. Okay. Now, so we are up to this stage that we pull the code from GitHub. Now we need integration of Maven with Jenkins. Okay. So we need to set up Maven there on the Jenkins server. Okay. So let us go. There is something Maven in 5 minutes. and there you will get some detail on that. We will talk about Maven in detail later on as well. But in general, when you say it's a kind of a build management tool, okay, you create build from the code, you create an executable like jar file, like war file using Maven. Okay, so with some commands, right? So if you run some Maven commands and a build will happen. So this will make this build process automatable. It can be automated easily. So this is what that Maven will do for you. Also, there are so many things that is associated with Maven. We will talk about it, but in general, let us first check to how to set up Maven. Okay, so simple thing is here. Just search for Maven download, and you will get to the official site. And here you will get multiple, links. Out of this, you need this one, bin tar.gz, okay, for Linux on this machine. So just copy link address. So here what we have done, Maven download, and in Maven download, the official page, we came here, okay, and just copy that address and now come here, okay. Go as a root user again. So let us, I'm getting disconnected. Let us wait. Okay, now there is this file, right? So we copied this tar, and then you need to unzip it, right? So for that, what you will do, cd/opt. So you need to install Maven, set up Maven in the opt folder. Conventionally, these optional softwares, we are going to put it in the opt folder, okay. So then if you have to download, so the command is wget, and then copy link address and put it here, okay. So wget is for download from any location. If you need to download, in case of Linux, the command is wget, and then put the address, and then this is downloaded. If you do ls, you will see this thing, right? Now this is downloaded. Now what you need to do, this is a zip file, you need to unzip it. So what is the command? tar-xvzf, and then copy this thing to unzip, copy, unzip. We have unzipped it. So now this is the unzipped file, right? This is the unzipped file. Now this name is a big one, the version number and all. I don't want such a big name. So let us rename it. The command to rename is mb. So basically move this thing. So rename from this name to Maven, simple name, okay? Apache Maven 3.8.7. I don't need that. I need just Maven. So rename this folder basically. So now if you will do ls, You see, now you have the Maven folder. So Maven is done. Now cd Maven, and you see there is a bin, cd bin. It is a binary, executable will be there, and then you see mvn. This is Maven executable. Okay, how to do it? How to run it? Say Maven command /mvn hyphen version, and you see now you will be able to see the Maven version. But the point is, you need to go within the bin folder, within the bin folder to execute Maven. As for example, if you go do cd go one folder back, and now you try to do /mvn hyphen version, it will not work. Even you try mvn hyphen version, it will not work. Why? Because you need to go to the location where executable is there to run it, unless and until you will set it as environment variable. Okay, so with this, another question comes, that what is environment variable and how to set it up. Anyone who has any understanding on this, that what is environment variable, why it is getting used, or what we need to do so that we will be able to run Maven from anywhere in the EC2, in our EC2 instance. Anyone? Any thoughts on this?
No.
Okay. So if you check system environment variable in Windows, you might have seen some the things like the Java setup and all, right? You see Java home and all, right? Have you seen this thing any time in Windows? Anyone? There is something called this
Yeah.
environment variable.
No, never.
Okay. Okay. So basically, as for example, you are working on a gaming application, right? You are playing a game. Okay, and the game, right, needs Java, right? Needs Java runtime environment, because that game is a Java based game. Okay. Now, how that game will know, right? So in your application, when you install, that application need to find out that Java there. How it will know that where Java is? Are you getting me? How it will know? The program that is needed to run it, where it is, how that gaming application will be able to find out. Any idea how it will get the idea that where Java is? Are you getting that point, right? There is a gaming application, you are playing a game. So you install it on your computer. That game needs Java. There are multiple games that needs Java. And if Java is not there, you need to install it, basically. Right? How that game will know that where Java is? You can put Java anywhere, right? How it will know that? Are you getting the question? What is the problem? Are you getting the problem statement, guys?
Yes.
Okay, good. So the way to do it is, there is something called environment variable. Okay. So edit system in environment variable, as part of Java installation, what it will do, it will set the environment variable. Okay. Or you need to set the environment variable. Like here it is done Java home, and similarly the path of Java will be part of this environment variable thing. You see, like I have done for Maven, and also there is some path variable and edit, and you see different, where the specific application is there. That is the part of, you see, application. You can just go there and look for system environment. Just look for it in your system and just click on this environment variable. Have you guys done it? Edit system environment, and then come here and see the environment variables in the system. You might have environment variables already there, isn't it? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so you might have that. What it does is, for any program that is running on your computer, if it needs it, it will check in the environment variables. Okay. If it is there, if its path is there, it will try to find out the program that is needed by that program. If it will find it there, it will run it. It will not ask you, give you error or anything. If it is not able to find it out, then it will give an error that your application is not there. Even if it might be there somewhere, but that program doesn't have that access, cannot do it like that it cannot search in your whole computer and find it out. So that is the use of environment variable. Like Maven, right now, you do not have the environment variable set up. That's why you are not able to run the Maven command from any outside the folder where the binary of this Maven executable is. Is this clear? Or any question?
Yeah, good.
Clear.
Okay, great. So now how to set the environment variable? We have seen the environment variable setup in Windows. Now how to do it in Linux. So getting disconnected. I don't know. So there is a folder called hidden folder. Okay, so any folder in Linux, the hidden folders will start with dot. Okay, so any folder that is any folder name that will begin with dot, okay, or file name that will begin with dot will be the hidden folder in Linux. The environment variable is kept in the file dot bash underscore profile. Okay, so vi, the editing, you can edit the file using the vi editor, and the command for vi editor is that vi dot bash underscore profile. Okay, so you need to put the path where the Maven is in the vi bash profile. Okay, now this is vi editor. Just quick things about the vi editor. By default, when you just do vi and then the file name, you log into it, you will have this command mode. There are 3 different modes in vi editor. The first mode is the command mode. In command mode, you will not be able to type anything. Okay, yes, you can just put some command. Okay, so this is the command mode. If you want to type something, you need to come into the insert mode. Okay, how to come into insert mode? You need to press I. So just press I, and at the bottom you will see insert. It means that you are in the insert mode. Okay, then you can type things here. Okay. Now, what you need to do is you need to give the path of the Maven. So let us define a variable M2 and let us see the value is the path /opt/Maven /bin. That was the place where Maven executable was there, right? In our case. So put that path, right? Maven executable thing. So this is about M2, a variable, any variable name, but this is a standard variable name that you need to do. Next thing is M2 underscore home. And that will be /opt/Maven. So what you have done, you defined two variables right now. We haven't set it as environment variable. The third environment variable that we need to set is Java underscore home. You need to tell the external applications where Java is. For Maven, you need it. So Java underscore home. Now, where Java is, how to find out? Okay, so let us create a duplicate tab, right click, and then duplicate tab. So it will okay. Now you need to find something in the root directory. So find where / in the root directory means with what? With name. And then let us look for JVM, Java Virtual Machine. Okay, so what we are doing? We are looking for within the root directory, root folder, we want to search anything with JVM. Okay. Okay, this is the mistake I've done. Sudo. Let's do it sudo su hyphen as a root user. Okay, as a root user, because you don't have that access directly. So sudo su hyphen, let us clear it and then find /name JVM. Okay, and then it will give some locations about this JVM thing. Now it will be within user live JVM. So let us do cd and then within the user live JVM, Java is this thing. Okay, Java 11 OpenJDK, this thing. Okay, so this is the complete path of Java. Okay, this is the complete path of Java. You can do it like that as well. Find /name Java -11 star. Then you will get the complete path of that. You need to pick the user live thing, not the users here. So copy this thing. The thing which has the path which has JVM. You need Java virtual machine. So now put this path here. Okay. Now what you need to do, you need to make it this way. This is you defined variables. Okay, you defined variables. Now you want to make it as part of the environment variable. Okay, so if you are using any variable, you need to start with M, means $sign, And then again, you need to put dollar M2 underscore home colon dollar Java underscore home. Okay. So you have M2 and Java home, and you have given this escape. Okay, so this way you have set up. So what you have done, let me repeat. We have Maven in this folder. Okay, this inside the beam executable. The Maven base folder is /opt/mod Maven. Also, we have the Java here. Java is available at this place. So you defined 3 variables and you provided the path. If you will not do that, this will become a kind of more complex, right? Unnecessarily. So the defining variable will make this thing. You can directly put this here, but then it will be unnecessary. Anyway, it will pick up the variable. That's why we are using it. Or another reason is if you will make any mistake in any of the variable value, you can change it here only. You don't need to change the path, thing. So this is an advantage of that. That's why we have first defined the variable, we place the value of it, and then, made it the path. If you want to save it, then colon WQ. Okay, save and quit. So what if you have done a change, then save and quit out of it. Okay. Now once after you have done the bash profile, let us see echo $path. Still the changes are not reflected. We don't have this, these values of /opt/maven or Java path. No change happened because you have made the changes in the environment variable. Now it's a kind of like you are in computer, when you do something, you restart computer, you have to. So it's a kind of something that you need a refresh there to change in the environment variable. So the command is source okay .bash underscore profile. Okay, so after that, let us do echo $path again, and you see your path setup is reflected now. Okay, now from anywhere, like I'm not within Maven, I will be able to do run Maven command anywhere, right? Like say cd/opt, and you do mvn -- version. Means Maven is now accessible from anywhere. You don't need to go within the Maven directory, like from here cd Maven, and then cd bin, and then within that we have the Maven, and then we used to do /mvn -- version. You don't need to go through all these stuff. You can run Maven from anywhere. Okay, this is what about setting up the environment variable. Is this clear, everyone?
Yes.
Anyone want to ask anything before we will move to the next step?
Yeah, no.
Great. So what we will do now, we will like to move further, and we will now we'll do the build, right? We will create our executable file. So let us take a break of 15 minutes. Okay, let us take a break of 15 minutes. 20 minutes let us take, okay? 20-minute break.
Yeah, okay.
And we will meet again for the next part of this, okay? So
Okay, got it.
Hi, everyone there.
Yes.
Okay. So let us continue further. We have done our setup for the server for Maven. So we have done the setup. Now, this we don't need. So Jenkins is up and running. Good. Now, let us go to Jenkins. This one. Let us go to Jenkins and let us see what we need to do for, Maven setup there. We have done the password default thing. Now I can log in with the default password. For Jenkins, you need to go to manage Jenkins. Okay. So manage Jenkins and manage plugins. And we need specific plugins. What will happen when we will have the plugin? In the new item, currently we are not able to see the Maven option here, right? So we need that to a capability to build Maven based project. Okay. How to do it? Manage Jenkins, right? And then manage plugins. Okay. Manage Jenkins and manage plugin. And in the available plugin, look for Maven. Okay. Look for Maven and you will get the Maven integration plugin. You need to select this plugin from the available plugin because this is not installed already as default, and then install without restart. So this way, you have the Maven integration plugin installed on the Jenkins server. So as I said, what will happen once we will do that? Now when you will go to, start a new job, you will see the Maven project option here. Okay. So this is the first thing that you need to set it up in the manage Jenkins, manage plugins, and then you have to install the Maven integration plugin so that you will be able to build a Maven project. Okay. The second thing is global tool configuration. In this, what you will do, you will give the path, right? Where the Java is and all that path thing. Okay. So here you need to do add JDK. Okay. Where Java is, you need to tell, and install automatically. You need to deselect because we have already installed Java on the server. Okay. So how I will be able to get it? Echo $path, right? We have set up the path variable. And here we have the Java path. Okay. So let us copy that Java path, complete one. Okay. and let us copy it, and then say Java 11, you can name it anything. So Java, and conventionally put the version of the Java, and then Java home, you need to give the Java home path. Okay. No install automatically, this checkbox should be disabled, because or should be unchecked, because you have already installed Java on the server. Git, you don't need to do anything. Maven. So again, on your server, where Maven is, you need to put it here. So add Maven, and Maven again, install automatically, remove it. And then what is the Maven version you have? 3.8, right? Let us check mvn version. Maven 3.8.7. So let us set it up. Maven, you can name it like that. You can name it anything. Doesn't matter much, but yes, conventionally, whatever version that is there, you can put here. Maven home, what is the path of Maven home? It is /opt/Maven, the path without bin. Okay. /opt/Maven. This thing is the Maven home path. Just copy it and let us put it here. Okay. So you told your, you have configured your Jenkins that where Java is, where Maven is, where, Git is there or not. So all the setup you have done, you are going to get this error. You can ignore it. Okay. This error will go when you will apply and save. So after this, apply and save, and your global configuration is set. If you will come again here, you will see JDK installations. You will see your, Maven, and also your JDK installation is gone. Your all error that you were getting. This way, you will be able to set up now you are ready to run a Maven based project. The project that we have is a Java project that is a Maven based project, and now you are able to build a Maven project. Building a Maven project means that a war file will be created as part of the build, an executable, right? For web based application, the executable is war file, web based Java application. So click on new item. Okay. And then let us name it as build Maven project. Okay, select the Maven project, not the freestyle one. Okay, select the Maven project option, then okay, and then you need to put the Git path. And as I said, the repositories that you forked, you need to give the path of that repository. I will be giving the path of this one. So just go here, HTTPS, and then this one. Okay, copy this path and put it here. This is the repository URL. Again, it will fetch the code, and then you will see this option, right? pom.xml. That is for Maven project, you need pom.xml. We will talk about what it is, what is the content, we will see to it. But for now, you need to give a goal like clean. We'll clean the project, means whatever that is there in the cache, the last build that was there, it will clean it. So this is the command clean, and then install. clean space install. This is the maven command. You can put multiple maven commands here. We will talk about the maven commands, but here what we are doing is we are just focusing on the current on the our file, the war file creation thing. So this is about that, and then nothing more. Apply and save. So once you will do this build, what will happen? Once you will do build now, a build will be triggered. And you can see what is happening. You just click on this build number, and then you will see the console output, and you will see what is going on, right? Whatever, as just with this command, you see test is happening and everything, right? That is the way the POM is set up, and you have the build completed. Okay, how we will see the, where we will see the war file? Again, copy this workspace location and come here and go to this path. And this got disconnected. Let us wait. Go to this path. No, this is the workspace path, as I said, where leave Jenkins workspace. All the jobs that we will be creating, it will be there inside this path. The current job is this one, and the the build related folders will be here. Okay, so what happened? And you say these are all the different build related folder that is done. Okay, that is created based on this. Now, where is our folder? Web app folder. And if you will go inside, within the target, and then you see webapp.war is created. This is our executable. This is our web application that is built with the help of Maven. Okay, webapp.war. What is important here to know? The workspace. Okay, how you will see, how you will find out the way what is there in the workspace when you click on dashboard. Okay, and then you have click on any project, and then you can see the workspace of each project has its own workspace. Okay, so this has the workspace of this thing, and all the files and folder that is there in the workspace you will be able to see here. You see, if you can compare, you will be able to do it, right? All these folders that is there in the workspace, Azure pipeline, Docker file, all these things will be there as a part of this workspace, and within that web app. So you will be able to see it from here as well. Okay, from the you can see it here in the server directly, or whatever that is there, you will be able to see in this workspace folder location, and you can browse through it from here as well. So what we have done, we have created a build, and we have created a webapp.war file. Is this clear, guys? Anyone, any question?
Yeah, good.
Clear.
Okay, do you want me to move ahead, or do you want me to stop here and you want to practice it to move ahead? Anything will work for me.
Like you gonna start the new session, or you gonna starting like you gonna continue on this one?
This one only from the webapp.war, then we are here actually in our flow. We are here. Okay, so we are up to a point where we have created a build. Okay, we pulled the code in Jenkins, we pulled the code from GitHub, and we have done a build. We have pulled the code, we have cloned it, and then based on the cloned code, we have created a build, means we have created an executable. Now we want to deploy the executable to a server, and that part is called continuous deployment. So now we need to set up Tomcat server. So that's what I'm asking. Do you want to, are you guys fine for me to
Yes,
continue?
please.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's get it done.
Okay.
Yeah, because like, we have a 5 days time in between so that we can practice all together.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, let's get it done. Yes.
Okay. So now we want to deploy it to this war file, whatever we have. This doesn't mean to you anything right now because you are not able to see what is happening. Okay. So unless and until we will deploy it, we will not be knowing what is getting done. So now the next step is setting up the Tomcat server. So deployment server is going to be a separate server. It means another computer, another virtual machine on the EC2 instance or on the AWS. So let us do it. So we have the Jenkins server. Let us launch another instance. And we will name it as Tomcat server. Again, Amazon Linux instance. And the instance type T2 micro, keep it as it is. Key pair, we can use the key pair that we have created. We can use the same key pair for different EC2 instances, not a problem. So I'm using the existing key pair. Also, existing security group, if we have any, if I have named, yes, I named the security group. I want a similar kind of setup for Tomcat. I just need to open port 8080. So I'm using the existing security group. So this time I'm doing select existing security group. In the Jenkins time, we have created a key pair. We have reused it. We have created a security group. We have reused it just because, and I named it as well. So that security group is available for us. Now launch the instances. Launch the instance. And then again, EC2. And once this instance will be launched, it will show 2 running. It means that this Tomcat server is up and running. You can see it here as well. So currently, or if you will just select this, you will see that this is pending. This is getting set up. Will take, and now it is available. So you have Tomcat up and running. So this is another server. So let us launch another server. This one. Public IP address. And here, put this public IP address. Username, same EC2 hyphen user. Advanced SSH setting, use private key, and we will be using this one. We selected this one. So, okay. Now, one quick thing that we are going to do is to, this name is now, it is giving a private IP of this server. And with this name, this is not clear. This is Jenkins server or not, right? So vi slash etc slash host name, and this is the server name. I just want to delete this thing. To delete a line, to delete a one line, the command is dd. Just type dd, and in the command mode, and that line will be deleted. Okay, and then you need to insert I for insert. Press I there, and then name it as Jenkins server. Escape colon WQ. You need to escape a mode. You need to come out of a mode. Then escape is the command, and then colon WQ. Okay. Then you need to restart the server because you made the changes in the name. So init 6 is to restart. Okay. So init 6 will restart, and just leave it as it is, and do the same thing here. Sudo su hyphen vi slash etc slash host name, and then again dd. This will delete it. I to insert. You will see insert here, and then this is Tomcat server. Escape colon WQ to come out of it. Again init 6 to restart. Now let us see, this might have restarted by now, and you will be able to see it name as Jenkins server. Not restarted, it is restarted, right? Now you see Jenkins server. Now you will be able to distinguish it, and this is a permanent change. Okay, you will always see this server as Jenkins server. Why I have done it? Because you are working on multiple servers, right? So how you will distinguish on which server you are doing what? Okay, so sudo root, let us clear. Same thing you do here. R, capital R. This may take some time, but it will automatically restart as well, even if we will not do this thing. But now it is done, restarted, and you see the name as Tomcat server here. Okay, so now what I have done, I renamed the server, right? Host name, I named it to something by which we will be able to distinguish. Here as well, I can do the rename, but this is a temporary thing. I can name it as Jenkins server. Just stop that. Okay, so this way you have, kind of a simple thing. Now let us set up the Tomcat server. Okay. Tomcat server setup is similar to whatever we have done for Jenkins. Again, what we will do, Tomcat download. Okay. Tomcat download. And you will find out this tar.gz thing, the second option. Right click and copy link address. Okay. And then cd/opt, again it will be under the optional folder. Okay. And then wget is the command. Wget is the command to download ls. And you see this is downloaded, right? Now you need to unzip it tar minus xvzf, and then mv. Now rename the same thing, right? Kind of a similar step that you have done in case of Maven, right? Same thing, similar kind of step you are doing, but this time with the Tomcat thing, like we are doing wget, and then within /opt done wget, and then we have downloaded it, and then also we are renaming it to Tomcat. Okay, so now if you will do ls, you see there is a folder name Tomcat here. Okay, now you go within Tomcat. There is a folder called bin. Cd bin, go within bin, do ls, and then there are two different things, startup.sh and shutdown.sh. These are shell scripts. If you need to start a Tomcat server, you will be executing this shell script, startup.sh. If you need to shut down the Tomcat server, you will be using shutdown.sh. Okay. // is the command to execute. st, just press tab, and anything, option, you will be able to find out. This is a kind of a shortcut, but you can just type it as well. Okay, just run it. But what it is saying that you need Java. Okay, so Java is not here. So similar kind of setup you need to do, right? Tomcat needs Java like Jenkins. So you need to have Java there. How to get Java? Go as a root, and you remember Amazon Linux extras, and just look for it, and let us find Java. Java. Java, this one, Java Open JDK 11. So just copy it, and then type Amazon Linux extras, install, and then this step. That's it. This way, the Java will be set up. Okay, Java setup is done. And then again, what you need to do, you go back to cd/opt/tomcat, slash bin, right? This is the place where the Tomcat was there. If you do ls and dot slash st tab and this way Tomcat will be started. Okay. So we got an error because Java was not there. Java setup was not there. Once the Java setup is there, the Tomcat go to this the bin folder and then run the script startup.sh and then Tomcat will be started. How you will know the Tomcat is started? Similar to Jenkins. Okay, what you will do? You will come here and copy this thing. Tomcat also runs on 8080 and you have the Tomcat up and running. It means Tomcat is started running on port 8080. This is public IP, so that from anywhere we are able to even you can run it on your machine, right? Even like it is running on my system, but this is public IP. You can also run it and you can also see this thing. Even Jenkins, right? I'm running on public IP, so you can see my Jenkins there. Okay, so it's a kind of a okay.
Yeah. Actually, I have a laptop, like, I bought it in 2012. It's a
Yeah.
HP laptop. So I think
Mm.
there will be no problem running all this software, right?
No problem, because your software is not running on your laptop. Basically, this software is running on the EC2 instance. Okay, you are just launching it like Amazon. You are just launching that, browsing it there. It is there running on this instance. Are you
Okay,
getting me?
okay. Because some of the software we downloaded, right? So that's why I was just asking.
Yeah, so this is not this is the beauty of the cloud thing, right?
Mhm.
Your system is a kind of a host system only.
Mhm.
You are connecting to an EC2 instance, and whatever you are doing on that instance. Okay,
Okay.
so that thing, so the compatibility should be with that EC2 instance. Your
Mhm.
system is just a host of this whole thing, right?
Mhm.
As I said, right, whatever you know uh, Tomcat, the link I sent, that is running on the EC2 instance. I sent you the link. You can run it and perhaps you will be able to see this as well.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Same with
As,
Jenkins.
as you said earlier, better to have two screen. Yeah.
Yeah, better to have that. But yes, again, like my, this thing, but not a problem. You can, even if you will go through the recordings, uh, you will be able to get it. Okay. Not a challenge.
I got it.
Okay. Now we still have some setup to be done on Tomcat. In general, again, the question is, are you guys ready for further thing to the whole end-to-end on Tomcat? Because you need to go through the recording, you need to do it. Otherwise, you may have some challenge. So what do you say? Should I go ahead with
Like
Tomcat?
now, like a little bit lapped, or it is still like too much. Like there are so many
Uh,
things to cover in this session,
there
or
are,
no?
there are means overall Tomcat end-to-end.
Mhm.
There are things to cover. Overall, it will take around 1 more hour of the
Mhm.
session. So if you guys are kind of getting it overall and have confidence to do it during the weekend and also getting the things, I can continue. Else, you can practice it. We have covered a lot of stuff. You can practice it and we can
Mhm.
come back uh, again.
Yeah, because we didn't know how much lap, right? Because we were looking at that process, and you already covered everything. Only the last step is left, right? So
Deployment thing.
we thought that we might complete that step. So the then the whole process will be completed, and then we can practice like we have 5 days, right?
Not a problem. That
So
is
you
good.
think it will be it will be covered like or
Yeah, whatever we have done, if you guys are comfortable till now,
mm-hmm.
then we don't have that complicated steps remaining. Okay. So based on the comfort level till now for this class, if you guys are comfortable, ready to carry, we don't have that much complicacy left.
What do you say, guys?
Yeah.
I don't mind. It's up to I don't
Okay.
mind whatever.
Okay. Okay. Good.
Sir, I
That's
think we will stop here because, when you do the build, it should get through, right? Just because if you keep continuing the Catlina and all, it's going to be tough when you do the Tomcat server.
that's correct.
Can you show me that chart, like the process?
Yes.
Can you bring up that screen?
That's fine. We can stop it. That's fine as well.
Yeah. Means this is the chart.
Yeah, so we already
Mm,
covered everything. It's just
and
the Tomcat servers, right?
we have
This is
set,
the last step, right?
yeah, we have
And
set up, the deployment is left. So yeah. So this
oh, you
part
already
is
yeah, you already covered the Tomcat and everything. It's only the deployment part is still need to be done.
still need to be done to the Tomcat server, correct?
Okay, the
And
deploy.
deployment part will take about 1 hour of time, right?
1 hour, yeah. About 1 hour.
Like it's still 45 minutes left, like of
Yes.
1 o'clock. No, according to you, like you have experience, right? What do you think?
This
Like
is
this is
not there. We don't have much more complicacy left. If you guys are fine till now, we don't have much complicacy left. We can have this done in the session and you can come back. Also, if there is any need, there will be any need, any area that you want me to repeat, we can do it. As for example, say Tomcat setup and yeah,
Okay, then go ahead.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay, yeah. Okay,
yeah.
so what is now in the app server here?
I
If
just have one question. Like
yeah,
if we complete this like process right now, like in
hmm,
this today,
yes,
then on next Saturday, then you're gonna start something else, the new, right? Or we gonna continue on this one?
we are going to there will be two parts. Okay, so what will happen is, this is a kind of, you can say, as I said, um, we are creating a backbone, right? So something, a flow. So our core thing is the CI/CD pipeline. Now there are different components of the pipeline, like uh, there is Git, right? We have seen the GitHub and all. We created an account, but we don't know exactly what Git is all about, right? We haven't seen in detail. Similarly,
Mhm.
Maven, we haven't seen in detail. Similarly, Jenkins. So kind of this is something that will help us to get used to, get accustomed to it, and then we will talk things in detail. This is one thing. Another thing is, uh, there are this is one core simple pipeline, and then we will go and learn and expand the pipeline to have a Docker way, or there are, Ansible way. There are multiple different ways, multiple different additions that will happen to the pipeline. Okay. So these things, again, that these things will continue, but along with that, we will be talking about the individual areas as well, like say Git. We will be
Okay, okay.
talking in
So
detail.
I think you wanna continue this thing like in the next session as well. So it's I don't know, like it's better if you can summarize everything what we have done today, and we can practice this 5 days, and then we can take other thing from next session. Like if you guys are okay.
Okay, so overall, out of three, basically two is almost in favor that we will we should stop here and we should kind of summarize things from here, and then we will continue in the next session. And what it happens, right? What happens is basically this is kind of, you guys, most of you are not even from IT background. Maybe
Mhm,
when you will practice, you are going to face some challenges. Okay.
mhm.
And you may lag in the basis. So here, this is good enough, good enough progress that in session two, last session was a kind of introductory session. In session two, we are up to a stage where we have set up the Tomcat thing. This is
Mhm.
not kind of a slow progress. This is a good one till now. So practice it, have comfort level, and then come again.
Yeah, I think it's better to go a little bit like slow, because
Yes, yes.
after like maybe 2 or 4 weeks, once we have little bit, like knowledge, or maybe some if we get some
Hands-on,
rhythm,
hands-on
if,
confidence.
yeah,
Yeah,
if we get some rhythm, then we can,
that's
start
correct.
going,
That's
yeah.
correct.
I
Yeah.
think,
Okay.
yeah.
In long term, it is not going to matter
If
that.
Nishita and Aishwarya is okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, even that's what I feel, because when you are teaching, it's okay, sir. But when we do, we will
Mhm.
have a lot of errors.
That's
We don't
correct.
know if the
Yes.
build is going to, get completed, or will there be any error with the build.
Hmm.
So it's not going to be the same thing what you are doing. Only when we do hands-on, it's going to be much harder. We will have a lot of doubts, and
That's
you
correct.
know, we have to pass the video every minute, and then we have to do it. So.
Yes.
Uh, I think you can just give a glimpse of what you taught us today, and then we can continue it next week.
Okay.
And it's up to the other two people as well.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, Nishita is okay.
I'm fine with anything.
okay.
Okay. So let's summarize everything what we have
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
done, and then yeah,
Okay.
we can go from
So let us go back to our slide. Okay. So we are here and we are going to deployment. So overall, what is the thing is, uh, our curriculum is one area, and along with that, you know, even when you study something, there are two parts. One is the practical hands-on, and another is the theoretical thing. And for practical hands-on, we need a kind of an end-to-end approach, and that is what we are trying to do. And this is the kind of a basic starting pipeline where we are doing Tomcat setup. Then the next thing is, the same thing. We will keep on introducing new topics. And before introducing new topic, in parallel, we will be talking about the topics that we already covered, like say Maven, like say Jenkins, like GitHub, like Tomcat. We are going to talk about these topics in a bit more detail. So in next session, uh, post completing the Tomcat, how this will go, post completing the Tomcat thing, the end-to-end pipeline, we will be talking about GitHub as a source code management tool, what Git is. Git we haven't talked about, what Git is, what GitHub is. So these two things we will focus on, and slowly we will move to another topic like Maven. So the approach is whatever we will cover as part of the pipeline, we have some idea, we know how to use it, but we don't know in detail. And then we will go into the detail of those topics, and we will be expanding based on that. Okay. Pipeline will always be there to give us a hands-on exposure, to give us the confidence. Okay. Again, coming back to this point, what we have done today. Okay. So we talked about the continuous thing, right? So what we will see further is, as soon as we will make the change in the code, okay, in the next session, we will see that automatic build will happen. Currently what we are doing, we are pressing a button, we are running some commands. Okay, we are pressing a button here like build now. Okay, only then hello, am I audible? Hello.
yes, sure.
Okay, so only then, this thing is happening. Yes, we are moving towards the automation. There are things like, the code is getting as part of job you do build now. All those stuff on the back end being done by the Maven. So these things are happening, but at the same time, uh, we haven't we have done partial automation in this case. What we are going to do in the next thing, that complete automation, like, you know you make the code change, you push the code, and then a build will be triggered, something like that. And the deployment will happen, and you will be able to see the our application changes there. Okay, so this is something that we will like to see further on that. And into coming back to today's session, so today what we have done: set up Jenkins, set up and configure Maven and Git. This is what we have done. Set Tomcat server, we have done it. Integrate GitHub, Maven, Tomcat server with Jenkins. This part we have to do. So these three parts, right, of integrating the GitHub, Maven, and GitHub, Maven we have done, but Tomcat server with Jenkins, we haven't done the, even that
The deploy part, right?
deploy part we have done, but integration with that means, so that from
Okay.
Jenkins sending the war file to the Tomcat server, we haven't done that
Mhm.
part. That communication we have to establish. So these three things is something that we still need to do. And whole this CI process we have done, like we are able to build the war file, and this CI process is not going to change, right? In all the pipelines going forward, the change that will happen in the CD, continuous deployment. In general, this Jenkins is not a new tool, right? Let us see when Jenkins came. So Jenkins wiki, and Jenkins came around 11 years back. Okay, not that new tool. What I mean to say that even before the DevOps concept came into picture, Jenkins was there. Okay, and it was owned by, basically Oracle. Now it is owned by that. Okay, so Jenkins was there before that as well, and CI was kind of a matured thing. Okay, CI was a matured thing overall. Okay, and but the changes that DevOps bring about mostly as part of more on the CD, like you have Docker, like you have Kubernetes. So continuous deployment is the area where there are more changes that happen. So what I want to say that mostly in our pipeline, CI thing is going to remain same. Okay, yes, in CD, after the build will happen, we are going to have changes, and whole throughout the course we will see that what are the different tools that is helping in the continuous deployment thing. So we will be talking about this thing, and throughout the course you see the base is our CI CD pipeline, and along with that we will be talking about the tools specifically in detail, and there are more that we are seeing here. There are more tools that we are going to talk about it. Okay, so guys, with that I would like to stop here, and let us have a quick round with you guys. How was the session today? Are you able to get it? What is your, obviously,
Yeah, it's good, but like it's something new. So yeah, I think you
Hmm.
just need to go through again, right?
Yes, yes.
But yeah, some of the things like I understand, but it's just a little bit
Hmm.
confusing as well. like because it's something new that I'm
Correct.
seeing for the first time. That's why I just have a question, like this the like AWS DevOps, this thing, it's not like the coding is too much in the AWS DevOps, or it's not that much.
See, overall, programming
Like
thing is,
basically for non-IT people, right? Because I know for someone from non-IT people, it is really really hard to go into the programming because where there is like too much coding over there, right? But for the non-IT people, like how the this one will work, like it will be too tough or it will be like less coding, like I don't, like if you can explain.
yeah. So overall, basically, as far as this DevOps area is concerned, you do not have the kind of a hardcore programming logic that is needed here. Mostly, what you are going to do is that kind of shell script where you are clubbing multiple commands together that you are running on the server. That is one thing. Another thing is like happens in the YAML. You will see that is called yet another markup language that works mostly in the key value pair thing. Okay, this is the key, this is the value, and this way the programming your script, you say, or basically will be organized. So mostly everywhere it will be more on organizing your command. Okay, organizing your data, it is focused more on that instead of having the programming logic. Okay, so even if there will be programming logic, it is going to be very minimal to begin with. It will be more on knowing the commands, it will be more on knowing the structure, how you are going to write that files, like YAML files we will be using in Ansible, like Docker file that you are using in Docker. But mostly two things, okay, commands will be there, and then and and then you need to organize the commands, you need to organize the steps. So most important thing is what are your steps that you are going to perform, designing the steps and all that. Less of the programming. It is not going to be any area where you need to go deep into programming unless and until.
It's basically less creating and more like a organizing and managing things, right?
That's correct, because mostly you will be writing even the script that you will be using, you will be organizing commands. Okay, even you will be doing PowerShell, it will be set of commands. Even if you will doing the Docker file, it will be set of command. Even if you will doing Ansible playbook, it is a set of steps, you can say. So more on organizing things, more on organizing the steps, more on the planning side. In DevOps area, as for example, let us take an example. In our project, I was working a couple of years back on GitLab migration. So there was an area where the rules, GitLab rules across the organization was getting set up. So in those cases, developer comes into picture. Even in the DevOps area, like GitLab, migration is a DevOps area, but overall in that area, there are certain sub areas where core programming is needed, and then developer has to pitch in. So GitLab, overall DevOps will become a project in those cases, and then it has a core developer needs there. Okay, it will not be a complete DevOps guys who will be doing the core development thing. It will be more on developers who will be chipping in on the areas related to any tool migration or anything, and that will come into picture, right? As for example, uh, even on the areas where you are, say, implementing any tool in the organization wide, right? So implementation tools, managing, it is being managed by, as for example, DevOps. But how to use the tool, uh, building the additional softwares around it to track it and all those stuff, it is a development activity. Okay, so when you have the core development comes into picture, you need hardcore scripting, it will become a developer job, and then developer will have to chip in those cases. So mostly you don't need to worry much if you don't know, but yes, knowing one scripting language is good, especially Shell script is good to know. Knowing the YAML thing is good to know, and we are going to talk about it. We are going to cover it. Also, we will talk about the Shell script thing. So yes, that will be needed. Apart from that, uh, not much. So you don't need to worry. In summary, that's what I want to say. Don't need to
Okay,
worry
got it.
much if you don't have any programming background. Anything else? Anyone? Aswarya, Nisita, any question from you guys? Hello, perhaps. Hello, can you hear me? Hello?
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry, I got disconnected for a while.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I was asking that where can I get the recording from the classroom only?
recording. Yeah, from this Google thing, the recording will be published.
Okay.
Yeah, you can just check in that Zoom area. Will be published
Okay.
there. Yeah, you can check, right? You can check with Viswa or Srikant. You can just ping them if you face any challenges of getting that thing. Last day we have minimal recording, so yes, you need today's one, so you can
So
check
we
with
get a
them.
recording in this Zoom software, right?
Zoom, right? It will be
Okay,
uploaded
okay.
there only.
Oh,
Okay.
you already upload. Okay. You can upload. Okay.
Okay.
Uh,
Because today's recording, we need to get the recording
you need to
today.
know. Yes, you need to get it. So you can get in touch with.
Or
Uh,
also, if you have any link or something, you can just share us and we can open that link in.
yeah. So you can connect with related to recording, get to these things. You can check in your just ping Biswa or Srikant. They can help you. Okay, just Biswa can help or Srikant can help. Okay.
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 Okay, Aswarya, how was the session today? Are you good? Any questions?
Yeah, I'm good, sir. Just one question. Right now we are working on the mobile term, right? So we will not be using the Git bash.
Mobile term purpose is different than Git bash. Basically, when we will be having a Git session, we will be talking
Okay.
about Git bash. So it is more on working on the Git the version controlling thing, Git bash. So that is the terminal for that. It is not the terminal basically meant for connecting to that. Either you will connect using mobile term or putty. Okay, so these are
Okay.
the to that. The mobile term is sorry, Git bash is more on the Git version controlling and all. So when you download Git and then you have that Git bash uh, there, and you can you know you will use it. It will give you a Unix like feeling, right? You can run even
Yeah.
Unix command on Windows, so it will give you a kind of that flexibility as well. So we will see to it the Git bash thing. As I said, in the next session I will be talking about Git.
Okay, sir. Yeah, thank you.
Okay guys, so let us connect again next week, and before that please make sure to practice it. Okay, hopefully the recording will be there for you guys soon, and yeah.
And
Okay.
meanwhile, if there will be any question or anything,
You can you can message me, you can WhatsApp me if you have any question.
sure.
uh, I may not be available
We
on
can
call.
communicate in the group as well, right?
You can ping in the group, no problem.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
Yeah.
think it's I think it's better if you have any question, it's better to put it in the group.
in the
So
group, yeah.
other people can also get benefit
Yes,
of that,
that
right?
that is
Yeah.
better. Correct. That is meant for that only.
Yeah. So let's just chat in the group if we have any
Yes,
question.
yes, correct.
Yeah. Even if the silly question,
Nothing is silly. Nothing is silly. It is a learning, right? Nothing is
Yeah.
silly. It's there, and even any question, if not asking the question, is basically silly. If you
Yeah.
have the question.
No, right. Yeah.
Okay.
All
Uh,
right. Thank you so much.
okay. Thank you.
Thank you,
Bye.
Kundan.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, sir. Bye.
Okay. Take care. Bye, guys.